Scott, first you listen, don't you, to that statement?
Yes.
How do you listen to that statement?
Well, at first I just listen.
You listen. Do you make an idea of it?
Well, often later, yes.
And no,
but
it's a simultaneous process going on. You listen and you get an idea of it. And the idea is not the actual observation. That's
Right.
what I'm saying.
But if there is that,
No, this is from Greeks and the Hindu. This is all our whole structure is based on ideas. And we are saying the idea is not the actual happening, which is the actual listening.
The idea is just a picture of the actual listening.
Yeah, which is an evasion,
Yes.
an avoidance of actual observation.
Of the immediate fact.
Yes, looking or listen.
Then there may be something which we are evading constantly.
Yes.
I would like to suggest that as we've been talking about thought and the various things which it has devised in order to create some kind of freedom or liberation or salvation or redemption, that there may be some driving factor which is part of thought, or there may be a driving factor which accounts for this, which may be sorrow.
Yes, sir. Escape from pain through reward.
This seems to apply to the most sophisticated and the more primitive civilizations, all of them.
Obviously. Because all our thinking is based on these two principles, reward and punishment. Our reward is enlightenment, God, nirvana, or whatever you like to call it. Away from anxiety, guilt, all the pain of existence, all the misery of it all.
Is it not possible to be free from the idea of reward or punishment?
That's what I'm saying. As long as our minds are thinking in terms of reward and punishment, that is time.
Yes, yes. And how is it that our minds think that way?
Because we are educated that way.
Yes, true.
We are conditioned from childhood. From the time of the Greeks in the West.
Yes.
Because their measurement was important.
Yes.
Otherwise you couldn't have got all this technological knowledge.
Yes. And would you say that this is due to the fact that we are tied to the idea of a separate me, a separate I? Supposing one were to be, supposing one sees, hears, touches, etc., all in terms of a wholeness, an awareness of wholeness.
You can't be aware of the wholeness unless you have understood, not you, I'm just saying, unless one has understood the movement of thought.
Movement of thought.
Because thought is in itself limited.
Yes, of course. Which means the intrusion of the self-consciousness as a separate something.
Yes.
Otherwise it wouldn't be there.
So how did this self-separative consciousness come into being?
Conditioning in the first instance.
And naming. So obvious.
I, you, he.
Of course. Measurement.
Measurement, exactly, exactly. And that analogically inevitably gets transferred to the realm of the psyche, to the realm of the mind, or whatever it is.
So we come to this point. You make a statement that psychological time has been used by man as a means of achieving his reward.
Yes, that is so.
It is so obvious. And that reward is away from the pain which he has had. So we are saying this search for reward or the achievement of the reward is a movement of time. And is there such thing at all? We have invented it.
True.
It may be illusion. And from this illusion, I can't go to reality. I mean, to truth. So mind must be totally, completely free of this movement of measurement. Is that possible?
As a short answer, I would simply say yes.
Yes. Either you say yes as a logical conclusion or a
As something
speculative
experienced.
assertion
Yes.
or a desired concept,
Yes.
or it is so.
Yes. And of courseness
Ah.
is there.
Huh?
If there is a sense of courseness, of course it is so. Then there is
And
no
I can
logical
assume it
conclusion.
is so, but I go on my rest of my life moving the other direction.
If one really sees,
That's what we are saying.
then one doesn't go in the other direction.
So that's what we are saying. Do we see it? Or is it we think we see it?
Can we go back for a moment to, you said you observe, you hear the statement, you observe that. Actually, what the mind does in that observation.
What, if, at least if I can put it this way, please don't accept what one is saying, but let's find out. Observation in the sense implies seeing without naming, without measuring, without a motive, without an end. Obviously, that is actually seeing. The word idea from Greek, the word itself means to observe.
So we would probably all agree with that. And what is acting at that moment? It's a kind of logic, I think, in most people.
No.
It seems
It
very
is-
evident
It
what you
is,
said.
observation implies silence and not forming any conclusion. Just to observe silently, without any psychological or sensory response, except either visual or inward insight, without the responses of memory.
Without any value judgment.
Yes.
That would you say, sir, that implies without any reaction from the brain or the senses,
Yes, sir.
or
That will, in a way, that's a dangerous thing to bring in the brain. Because then we have to go into the whole question of, I don't want to go into the question of brain for the moment. It implies that. That means thought is absolutely quiet in observation.